What's up, everyone? Dr. Dan over here. We're going to go through, this is Dan right here. Dan's a videographer. We're going to go through a typical chiropractic appointment. You spend a lot of time at a computer, right? A lot of videographer work, right? So he's either taking pictures, shooting videos, and when he's not taking pictures, shooting videos, he's editing the videos. So lots of hours at the computer. We've worked on him in the past for some wrist tension, hand tension. We're going to go through a typical appointment with this guy. He just started working out again just the other day. And what we're going to do in his appointment today, a little fascial release technique on his wrists, his hands. We're going to do some nerve mobilization, some pretty intense stretching throughout his wrist. We're going to work on his neck a little bit, his mid-back, his low back, just get him all loosened up in this appointment today, right? So stay tuned, pay attention here. And what we're going to do first is just a little fascial release technique throughout his forearm, over his carpal tunnel down here in the wrist and the hand as we get down here. And what you're going to see, his wrist is going to get real red right here. And you can probably feel, the viewers can't feel, but you can feel some of the really nitty gritty stuff right in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So from repetition, this guy works on a computer a lot. He's constantly overusing his forearm flexor muscles, right? And the pronators of the wrist. And so you can see how quickly his arm lights up. And that's because when we use a tool like this, a fascial tool, we're really getting in and promoting blood flow down into the muscle and the connective tissue and the tendons down in the wrist. And you can probably feel that he's got a big patch right here of stickiness. Can you feel that bump right
Oh,
there?
yeah.
That's crazy,
yeah,
right?
I can feel big time.
So over time, over the days, the months, the weeks, the months, the years, your muscles and connective tissue, they tighten up significantly, ultimately causing compression of, you can bend your elbow down, of the nerves and the arteries down into the wrist and the arm. And so people end up with like peripheral neuropathy, which means nerve compression down in the forearm or in the wrist, and ultimately you can get tingling in the hands and the fingers. Not only neuropathy, but you can get a vascular occlusion, like an arterial blockage also, just from excessively tight forearm muscles. Okay? So what we're doing here is just a general fascial treatment. Straighten your elbow out. Put your hand right in my belly here. And this is helping to break up some of the, feel right here?
Oh, yeah.
Big guy, right? Push into my stomach here. And this is helping to break up a lot of the connective tissue in his arm to promote blood flow. As you see how red this area is getting, we're super saturating this area with blood flow, and that's going to help him to loosen up a little bit. Now he's got a pretty big patch right throughout the forearm right here, and that's what we're going to spend a little more time on. Push into my stomach, good, and awesome, relax. Okay, now we're going to go in the top hand. The other common area where computer people and videographers and photographers get problems at is up here in the lateral elbow, right? So when we're sitting and we're typing a whole bunch, we're kind of overusing the carpal tunnel area, but also the forearm extensor muscles, the elbow extensor muscles, or the wrist extensor muscles, up here in the lateral arm get real tight too. So we're going to just kind of zap this area. Go ahead and pull your sleeve up just a little bit for me. And again, this is a very general treatment just to help improve blood flow. You feel that thing right in there. So he's got a big fibrous adhesion right in his elbow. And what a fibrous adhesion is, it's just a big knot. It's kind of like your hair, right? If you don't comb your hair every day, it naturally tightens up. It just is automatically going to develop knots and tangles, right? That's why girls have to comb their hair sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a day, or else your hair gets all knotted up. Now your muscles, they do the same thing. They naturally reorganize in a disorderly fashion, which means that they get really knotted up and tangled up, which is why stretching and muscle work like myofascial release, or in this case, some fascial release here, massage, ART, all kinds of different soft tissue techniques to help break up these fibrous adhesions. So right in his elbow right here, if we run our finger, you can feel that big lump right there. And you might be able to run your hands over your own elbow and feel that there's going to be some fibrous adhesions. These are the things that cause long-term pain and dysfunction. So if you take something like an ibuprofen or an Advil, to treat your pain, you're not fixing the pain. It might go away temporarily, but ultimately you're not fixing the underlying problem, which is fascial adhesions or stickiness. All right. Good. Let's switch gears, move over to that left arm there. We're going to go same thing, top and bottom. We'll start on the top side of the elbow here. Raise your wrist up. Sometimes we'll throw in some active movement. Make a fist for me and bend your wrist down and up and down. There's a lot of different ways to do fascial release technique. I might even resist his wrist, press up into my hand, and then relax. And now push straight into my hand. Yep. And relax. A lot of different ways to help get deep down into the connective tissue and the musculature throughout the arm. Now this side, a little bit bad in there, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go palm up for me. And so really this is helping to break free all those sticky spots underneath the skin, promote blood flow, and ultimately he's going to feel a lot looser after this. Now it's really important after we finish up, we're going to go through some of our exercises, some of our probably our doorway exercises if you check out on the website. Definitely the complete flexor stretch. Open your hand up just to review that on a wall or a desk or my stomach. He's going to push his hand right into my stomach, get a nice stretch throughout these forearm flexors, which is the anti-computer posture, right? Pro-computer posture, no good. Open fingers up. Bend elbow a little bit. Good. So kind of same area. Feel this big thing right in here. All right. And again, he's going to get real red like this. Healthy tissue, when I say healthy tissue, I mean tissue that has adequate blood flow, that doesn't have all these fibrous adhesions and these muscular issues, generally doesn't get anywhere near as red, but you can see his circulation, how much we increase it here just with a little bit of this fascial release or fascial treatment here. Good. All right, put that arm down for me. Go ahead and lay flat on your back for me. All right. Cool. So what we're going to get into now is just a little more of deep muscle work to really identify the fibrous adhesions. You can feel this thing right in here. Bend your elbow, open up, and you're going to open your hand up and press right into my thigh there. Good. Bend, extend, and open. Bend, and extend, and open. What we're doing, just isolating some of the really tight areas in his forearm. You okay?
Oh, yeah.
Good. To just help break these muscles up a little more. Again, imagine like you're combing your hair. You got a real big knot in your hair. You got to kind of pick at it for a little bit to really help loosen that big knot up. Good. All right, let's hold hand here. I'm going to hold shoulder here. We're just going to bend elbow. And now we're going to do a little nerve stretch. So press your fingers into my hand. So push your wrist. You're going to push like that. Push. Good. And now stop. Don't push. And push. And don't push. And push. We're going to go a little further down on the fingers and don't push. And push. And don't push. One more push. And don't push. One more push. And don't push. We're going to twist a little further out. That feels good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Down the forearms, yeah? All right, hand right here. Same thing on this other hand. Okay, so first we're going to go through, just try to feel where in the forearm compartment he's got the most stickiness, a little bit right here. Bend elbow, open elbow up, and then we're going to go right here into my hand. Bend and extend. And bend and extend. Just nice and easy. Relax your wrist right there. There we go. See how we kind of pull through right there. Mm-hmm. Bend and extend bend, and extend, bend, and extend, bend, and extend. And we're just working on some of his forearm flexor muscles here. Bend and extend. Good. Okay. Let's see how this hand feels. I'm going to lock out right here. Press your fingers into my hand. Good. And stop. I'm going to open this up a little baby bit. Press into my hand and stop. And press and stop. Good. Good stuff. Okay. Sit back up straight for me. Spin over this way. Okay. So we did a little bit of a general forearm treatment. We're going to do a little work up in his upper back. Dude sits a lot. Gravity squishes us down, right? Go ahead, look up straight. Down. Straight up. Straight down. Straight up. Straight down. What we're treating here, just his upper traps, general upper trap treatment. Down. Up. With a little pin and stretch technique. Look down. Up. And down. Up. And down. We're just kind of feeling where he's restricted at, where he's real sticky at. Definitely a little more in the right shoulder. Left shoulder's not bad, but right shoulder, you feel this stuff over here. Look up, down. So we're going to isolate over here to the right shoulder blade, the levator scap, the upper trap. Look up and down and left and up and down and left and up and down and left, up, down, left, up, down, left, good, up, down, and left, okay. Palpation is key, feeling where things are tight. Look up straight, up, down, chin way down to chest. We're going to go whole way down, up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, up, and down, up, and down. What we're helping to do basically is just tenderize, loosen up all the things that get real tight and compressed. Just relax from there. Up in that upper back and the shoulder area. And you can even feel when we check your shoulder movement. You see how that side moves okay? Mm-hmm. And this right side isn't too good. It's probably a little more tender over here in the right bicipital area region, the front of the pec. You may even feel that thing in there. Oh, yeah. So as a acromioclavicular joint is real swollen too, and that stuff happens. Your muscles tighten up. Before you know it, you got inflammation and tenderness all over your body, right? So let's go ahead, take your glasses off. I'll hold on to those. Let's go face down on the table for me, man. Okay. So we always just going to start off getting him squared up on the table. Right? And just start to feel what's restricted or tight, right? And you can feel this left hip. You feel this movement in here? Oh, yeah. It's nice and easy. His right hip, though, all kinds of tight and locked up. All right. So we're going to go nice and easy with Danny Boy here today. It's been a while since he's been worked on. This right hip's a little sticky. A little tighter than the left hip, so we're going to do just a little bit. You said you worked out yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
First time back to it?
Oh, yeah.
Felt good or bad?
Oh, bad.
Bad. He says it felt bad. What happened? Body was sore?
Way sore.
Way sore. Tough to get moving if you haven't been moving for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So cool thing about the body, you can teach it to do whatever you want. If you teach it to move, it's going to move hopefully well if you teach it to move the right way. If you don't move it, and you try to move it after a long time, things are going to get stiff and you're going to get extra sore, but you got to push through. Movement is life. Too much sitting makes you not feel so hot. What we're working on right now, just his upper glute region around his SI joint. You can feel right in here, my man. He's got some glute stiffness, tension, or inflammation. Probably just the way that he sits or leans at his computer or sits in his chair. Also, he did exercise yesterday, so I'm sure you're probably feeling a little bit of that post-workout exercise soreness, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. All right. Already that loosened up. Okay, bend your knee for me. We're gonna do gentle push into my hand, push. So you're gonna straighten your knee, yep. And then stop. Push, one more, and stop. That leg's already pretty good. Bend left leg up here. Gentle push, stop, push, and stop, push, and stop. Perfect. All right. Time for the fun stuff, okay? Strap in. All right. So, as a chiropractor, what most of us do, everyone's a little different in the way that they treat. I do a lot of manual adjustments, a lot of deep tissue work, a lot of deep stretching. Generally, post-treatment, we're going to get into some different exercises and some things to help him out. Everybody, well, like 99% of people, get real restricted or stiff in their upper thoracic spine, right? So this kind of region right up here. Gravity's not our friend. It squishes us down. That's why the older that we get, the more we walk around like this, the more we work at a computer or at a desk job or at a driving job, the stiffer our neck gets. If you wait too long, then you go to your ortho and they say you have stenosis, which means narrowing of your canals. Not a good thing. You never want to get there. If you choose a good rehab-based chiropractor, exercise physiologist, somebody who teaches you how to stretch and move, you're going to feel awesome. Okay, deep breath in, exhale out, relax that upper body, whole way out. Deep breath in, exhale out. Good. Deep breath in, exhale out. All right, man. Turn over on your back for me. Big stuff. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, hands up on belly. Nice and easy here. Again, gravity plus work plus computer plus the way we sleep, all these daily habits compress our spine. You don't have to be squished. There's a lot of different exercises to work on. Chiropractic adjustments help to loosen this guy up, and muscle work. And you can feel up here in your neck, man. You got all kinds of stuff. So we're going to go super duper easy. Relax your shoulders. Good. One more big one here. Awesome. All right. Stay right there for me. Hold this right here for me. Raise this up. Even the muscles down in the back of your leg, which is why, okay, so stretching is so important because the muscles, when you sit all day long, and your hamstring and your calf muscles, you feel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So stretching is so important. If I sit, let me just do a real quick demo, right? So when I'm sitting, you see what happens to my pants back here? How they get all scrunched up, right? So many people get all this major tightness and tension in the back of the calf and in the back of the leg. Stretching is important, but so is activation. So we want to make sure if we're going to start working out with this guy that he starts using his posterior chain. But as somebody who sits most of the day, his muscles and connective tissue chronically tighten up in the back of his leg, just like they do in the elbow and the wrist, right? So all your muscles and connective tissue get so tight throughout your life that a simple exercise like a leg raise, for some people, it might be real easy, and for other people, he can not even get it up to like 75 degrees or so. We should be at 90 plus. Press down to my hand. Relax. Push. Relax. So we'll help him while he's in the office here. Stretch out. Push. And relax. Push. And relax. Good. Okay. Raise this left leg up. Relax your knee. Let me hold right here. Push. Relax. Now, if we get him over to the gym to do some exercises, push. We're going to work on some core strength so we can relax, increase his push down, increase his core strength. We're going to work on some glute exercises because push, as a videographer and a photographer, push one more time, relax. And somebody who sits for hours throughout the day, he develops things like gluteal amnesia, if you've ever heard that. That means dead butt syndrome. People forget how to use their glutes and their hamstrings, and they get real weak just from sitting on them. Push. Stop. Don't push. Good. Push. Don't push. Push. Don't push. Okay? Feel this sticky spot right there. Versus this. See how easy this is?
Nice and
so
easy.
you guys can probably see on camera. You see how this knee, why don't you come right down here and look right here. Right like down his head. So knee, this side, left side can move pretty seamlessly across the midline of his body. And the right side, we get up, and it stops right here. So he's got a little bit of a hip impingement in the right leg, which means his hip, which is a ball and socket, it's not sitting centrally in his hip. It's kind of getting jammed up a little bit. So we're going to give him some specific exercises to work on to help loosen up this hip impingement or this immobility. Go ahead, push into my hand right here and relax. And generally what we'll give him some glute exercises, some core exercises, push. Teach him how to stretch his hips out a little bit. Relax. Push one more time and stop. Good. And a little bit of PIF stretching like that can really help to loosen him up. Okay. All right, man.
Cool.
Go ahead, sit up, spin to the left.
Yeah.
Right. Last thing we're going to finish up with him already so much looser. Can you feel?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Crazy, right? Instant pain relief. This guy's already sitting straighter. The tension is out of his neck and his shoulders. Don't have to take a painkiller. Don't have to kill your liver with ibuprofen and all that bad stuff that eats holes in your stomach. A little bit of chiropractic TLC and teach this guy some stretches. We're going to do one more thing. Little shoulder adjustment. Relax that wrist. We're going to get right up into good. Right here. Good. A little bit of a A to P shoulder adjustment. Again, gravity pulls us forward. Your joints start to slip a little too far forward in the socket. You end up with bicipital tendonitis, overused pec muscles, pain up in the AC joint. So, exercise number 1, you guys have checked it out on the website, one of Dr. Dan's big 3, palms up, elbows in, squeeze your shoulder blades back right here and down a little baby bit right there. How often? 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes. So if we're sat at a computer desk forward all day long, gravity squishes our spine, rolls our shoulders forward. Exercise number 1 in our plan, palms up, elbows in, shoulders back and down. Let's do it one more time. Open that chest up, engage the mid-back muscles. Right now we're teaching his brain how to love healthy posture, how to love a good position. That's it. Cool. See you guys on next video.